Hello, everybody. Today we're making a new class. We have a new class, which is politics, and it's only for level 2 and 3. Today we're going to express what politics means to us in our own words. We're going to understand and use key vocabulary and common expressions to talk about politics. We're going to practice the present perfect tense to discuss political experiences and events. And we're going to use the second conditional to explore hypothetical political scenarios. It sounds exciting. Before that, we must say hello to Henry. How are you today, Henry?
I'm pretty good. How are you, Jamie?
I'm very well. It's a beautiful day, and I am excited to be able to discuss politics with you today.
Yes, politics indeed.
Yeah.
So I think we're not going to fight. We're not going to have heated exchanges.
I seriously doubt it because
Yes.
Politics is not something that has really happened to me.
Yes, we're going to talk about politics in general terms.
In general terms, we won't be fighting, hopefully. But
Right.
you never know. You never know. Now, first question, Henry. In short, basically, what does politics mean to you, the word politics itself?
In very simple terms, I think politics is the management of society. It's the way in which a country or a community, a city is run. How decisions and laws are made, some things of that nature.
Yep. I agree. That's exactly what it means to me too. The second question, I suppose, is very closely connected. It's how does the government affect your life?
Well, the government is a central organ in any country or any territory that makes laws, collects taxes, and also provides services like schools, hospitals, roads, and all those things that actually affect my life on a daily basis.
Yes,
So,
that's it.
So the government actually affects my life.
Yeah. I would say the government affects our life in almost every single way.
Right.
Right down to what age you have to go to school, what age you can vote in an election, get married, who you can get married to, when you can buy a house, if you should or shouldn't join the military.
Yes.
Yeah, in almost every.
There's no way of escaping from the government.
The only thing it doesn't control is my thoughts.
Yes.
For the moment.
All right. Jamie, can you name a political leader you admire and why?
I mean, just from 2 weeks ago, I'm going with Zelensky. I'm going with Zelensky for standing his ground in maybe the Oval Office. I'm not sure where they were, in somewhere in the White House.
That's the place where they were.
Yeah, and not backing down and generally, for the most part, staying calm in a situation where I think I would have quite possibly exploded. So, well done there.
And some people are calling him a hero because he's been able to, fight the giant for 3 years.
Yeah.
Myself, I would say I admire Nelson Mandela.
Oh, wow.
The late former president of South Africa. He fought for freedom of his people in South Africa. He was tortured, imprisoned for many years, but he actually forgave the people who mistreated him. And when his first term ended, he actually stepped down. He decided not to run the second term, and he gave a good example. He passed leadership to the next generation. So that's why I admire him.
I'd actually forgotten about him, I mean, I'm old enough to remember when he was released. I have read his biography too, actually.
Yes.
And most importantly, I've taught some of our students about Nelson Mandela. One of our younger students a long time ago, I showed her a picture and she said she had no idea who it was. And I told her about him a little bit, and she said, well, he's not major in Japan.
Maybe he's not. Yes.
He didn't quite make it to fame in Japan, but there you go. Yeah. do you think the voting is important? And if so, why? And if not, why not?
Well, voting is very important. I would say really important because in a democracy, in a democratic societies, that's the way, one of the ways that people can participate directly in politics. They choose their leaders. And by choosing their leaders, they are actually making their voices heard in the way the country or society is run.
Yeah, I agree. One of the silliest things you can hear is, well, my vote doesn't make a difference.
I don't agree. It does.
Don't think so? I think my vote, I don't agree with that either. My vote doesn't make a difference, doesn't make any sense. Every single vote makes a difference.
Yes.
Yeah. So I hear that from time to time, and I just think, well, imagine what it would be like if you lived in a country where you didn't have.
Right. So if you don't vote, other people elect leaders.
That's right.
For you.
Absolutely. It's a strange thing to hear, but yeah, and I just think, I mean, I can understand it if when I was younger, I don't remember wanting to vote, and in fact, I never have voted. Not through any fault of my own. I just wasn't old enough when I was in my country. Then when I was in Australia, there was an election. Then I moved back to the UK, and there was no election to vote in. And then I came to Japan, and that was it. And of course, we can't vote here, so yeah.
It kind of sounds like me. I've lived in other countries for a long time, so I only remember voting once when I was like 18. Yeah, in my home country, Uganda.
Yeah, I do remember being a child and my mum going to the voting booth in the local school, and there was a lady there wearing she had sort of semi-curly brown hair, and she was dressed very smart, and I remember asking my mum if she was Margaret Thatcher. But Margaret Thatcher probably did not.
Are you voting for her?
She probably did not make it to the Loch Ness voting what do you call it, poll booth. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I remember that. That was funny. What kind of political events have you been following recently?
Recently, the the efforts that are being made right now to get Russia and Ukraine to talk, to make peace talks.
Yep.
I've been following that closely. And I hope they meet and end the war. And also the events taking place in the Middle East, where now there's a ceasefire, and Israel, Hamas probably also trying to solve problems and make peace. Another event that I've been following was the elections in Germany.
I haven't been following that one.
Yes,
The former two, yes, I have been following.
Elected a new leader. And in Canada, Justin Trudeau, he stepped down.
Yeah.
And a new leader of the Liberal Party has been elected.
I saw that. Justin Trudeau gave a very nice speech just before he stepped down about this gentle year and his actions. It was long, but I watched it all, and it was pretty scathing. So he went out with a bang, that guy. Yeah, well done.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot going on just now.
Yes, there's a lot in the news.
I followed slightly less serious news. Somebody had made an AI version of what would happen when Trump takes over Gaza and turns it into his own personal Riviera. And it was meant as a joke, but unfortunately, Mr. Trump picked it up, saw it, liked it, and reposted it. So it went absolutely viral. So
I must have seen the video.
Yeah, it's funny, but not funny. All right,
it's pretty nice.
It was good. Take a look if you get a chance. I'll send it to you. We're going slightly over time, I think. So
right, it looks like
too long.
The last question, maybe.
It's a good question. The last question: how do you think politics can be improved?
Yeah, I think politics can be improved by trying to eliminate the chances of corruption.
Yep.
There's too much money influencing politics. And yeah, some people don't vote because they think that actually the rich people are actually the one that decide the leader. Yes. So yeah.
I think in some countries that may be true. Well, probably is true. I don't know. I just remember watching something about one of maybe Norway, Sweden. I can't remember. And there's almost no benefit to being the prime minister. You get a small apartment, right? And you go to work by train. Yeah. And you eat in like the cafeteria with everyone else. There's almost no benefit to it. So it makes it easier to vote for somebody who doesn't benefit, financially from the job. So something like that. Yeah.
There should be some kind of balance. All right.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. The word that everybody talks about is transparency, isn't it? We often don't know where our money goes.
Yes.
We pay taxes. I know I pay taxes, Henry. I'm sure you do too. Do you?
Yes, I do.
Good. We don't know where our money goes sometimes, and a bit of transparency would be nice.
Speaking of taxes.
Yes.
If you had the power, would you cut taxes?
Cut in Japan?
Yeah, like in Japan.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, taxes in Japan compared to the UK are relatively low.
Fair.
They're pretty fair. But again, I'm not entirely sure where they go. I think I wonder where they go. There seem to be a lot of big projects going on around all the time in Japan. Like reclaiming land and generally, concreting things. And I just wonder, how much of the money gets spent needlessly.
Right. Sure. Do they really benefit us?
I'm not sure about that. Yeah. So in Japan, probably not. The UK taxes are much higher. I mean, especially on things like, for example, like things that are damaging to your health. It's still quite cheap to buy alcohol and cigarettes in Japan. In the UK, it's ridiculously expensive, and I think that's not a bad thing. Anyway, I think we better end it up, Henry. It's an interesting topic. It's an endless topic.
Yes, it is.
But I'm sure our viewers do not have endless concentration. So, thank you very much, Henry.
Thank you too. It was good talking to you about politics.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. Take care.
You too.
Thank you everybody for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.
You.